appreciate you coming in and listening to me. Just 2 points here. I remember this place vividly, because I was out here, I'm here since about 9 o'clock this morning. I look out there. I played an under 14 Dublin College's hurling final here in 1969. And we won against Owen Rowe, Brunswick Street here in Dublin, if any of you know that. And I was here last year, 6 points up with 8 minutes to go against Limerick in an All-Ireland semi-final. So, at times I often wonder why people would want to listen to me. You know, I saw Mick Dempsey having breakfast this morning. I said, why would you want to listen to me when the guy in front of me has won 11 All-Ireland medals or 11 medals with Kilkenny and would know everything about analysis or about coaching or things like that. So I'm just here this morning to give you my view of it. Basically, I'm a lecturer in Cork Institute of Technology in strategy and business strategy and that. And I'm an interactive lecturer. I'm not a PowerPoint lecturer. I find these very difficult because I like to interact with the class, so I'll be interacting with you this morning. So these are just my thoughts for the next half hour about analysis and how analysis can help you as a manager to manage better. That's the real thing. And by the way, I'm 63. I'm still young. So people that say I'm old-fashioned and I'm all this and all that. So the value of analysis, yeah, and that's the key point I'm trying to get across here this morning, yeah. So the first slide reminds me of Robert Kennedy, and Robert Kennedy said, "Some people see things and ask why. I see things that never were and ask why not. I see things that never were and ask why not." What do you see? So that's a key point through the whole presentation, because my last slide is tied in with this one. Some people see things and ask why. Other people see things and ask why not. So you have to keep yourself open-minded about analysis. You have to keep yourself open to change. As I said, I'm 63. I'm still learning. Absolutely still learning. So keep that open until the last slide, and then I'll ask you to compare the two. That's all that matters. That is our vision. The only thing that matters, and I'm not going to offend anybody, is by winning the junior county with your local club, the intermediate county, the senior county, or that. A good friend of mine is down the back there, he's won a few of them, so he knows what I'm talking. That's the only thing that matters. So that is your vision. That is your starting point for analysis. What is your vision for your own club, for your own county, for your own team for 2020? I won't get another shot at that, so I'm starting in lectures in the morning, so I'll put another cup up there instead of that. So that will be my vision. But the key point out of that is, how does analysis help me achieve my vision? How does analysis help me achieve my vision? What is the role of analysis? Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's to walk up here, take that. Or to walk into, that's it in a nutshell. And whether you agree or disagree with me about enjoyment or about all of this PC today in 2020, it's a load of rubbish. Because you know that when you win a county, it's the greatest feeling ever. You win any cup, any county, any All-Ireland, it's the greatest feeling ever. There's nothing compares to it. Absolutely nothing. So that's my vision, or your vision. How does analysis help me to achieve that? So there are 5, 6 different pillars of performance. What are the pillars of performance? So there's tactical. How are we going to play the game? There's technical, or technique. There's cultural. There's behavioural pillars. Some of you have notebooks there. Good students have notebooks. What are the 5 or 6 pillars that you have that you're deciding on to make sure that your team gets up. Because ultimately, analysis facilitates each pillar. Analysis is a tool itself. What are the 5 or 6 pillars of performance that you need to develop to achieve your success? And analysis then will help that. Yeah? So the 5 or 6 that I have there, there's tactical, technical, you can write those down. Yeah? There's tactical, technical, mental. It's a critical point. The mental aspect. Cultural, yeah, physical, behavioral, yeah, all of those pillars. They're critical. But analysis facilitates each one of those pillars. Analysis allows you to look into each one of them. So I'd ask you to write down yourself the key critical pillars of performance for my club, my team. I am going to base my team in 2020 on tactical. This is the way we're going to play. So if we're playing Waterford when McGrath's on, but yeah, you would have a sweeper back there, you know it. If you're playing Limerick, the 2 wing forwards, the 2 wing backs, you know that. This will come up again in 2 or 3 slides now. How am I going to play? You're taking over the Heart Club in Waterford, that's what we call it. You're going managing that. How are we going to play? What's our tactical setup? Yeah? So you as a manager, you're going to drive that. Or technical. The skill, the speed. Jesus, I know my good friend is down the back there, but give me Darragh Fitzgibbon. Give me Mark Coleman any day of the week. But give me TJ Reid as well. Christ. I've win 10 Irelands in a row. Technical. Then give me the mental. The mental, the toughness of the players. And that's becoming more and more important, the mental toughness about, you know, I used the phrase over the last few years, cross the white line. When you cross the white line at 25 past 3, now you're on your own. The physical, the condition, you look at it. I was in Abu Dhabi recently, and with Sheedy was doing the 2019 All-Stars, and I was just asking how come we couldn't go do the 2018 one. I stayed out of a few photographs. Dan Morrissey and those from Limerick and Paddy Maher were there. Yeah? I stayed out of his photographs. You'd be embarrassed. Yeah, you'd be embarrassed, swear to God, with Morrissey, and he'd stand by the pool and but that's important. The physical pillar. Because if you haven't got that physical strength, physical attributes, you're not able to perform. It's critical. Yeah? The mental side of things is your own head. Darragh O'Shea said to me once, Johnny said, I don't need any psychologist. He said. Once I put a Kerry jersey on me, I don't need anybody to tell me what to play. Should never have to have a psychologist. Never. If a psychologist is a waste of time. I know that, I can't see it. I can't say those things. You can't say those things, but you know, report to say Meyler, I was a psychologist. You should, but you put a jersey on, yeah, you become a new person, a different person. And then there's other things as well. The behavioural pillar is becoming more. You've seen that recently. The behavioural pillar. How your players behave on the field. How your players behave on the field. Freeze, yeah, fouling, general behaviour. But more importantly, in social media, you have Twitter, handle. We had fights years ago. And we fought and ridiculed, punching Yeah. But you remember the old days, like that, I'm from Wexford originally. You waited on Monday morning for the Irish Independent, the Irish Press, got the report on the Monday. But on the Thursday, you got the Wexford People. So it's about 5 days late. Now, you know what I mean? My daughter will be on to me because she'll know I'm here this morning because somebody will Google the photograph. So it's instant. So the behavioural pillar is critical. So the first point, critical element today, identify the 5 or 6 pillars of performance that you're going to use for your club, your county, to help you win. To help you win the county championship or the GAALearning, whatever competition you're in as manager. That's critical. We're in 2020, and there's data. There's tons of data because of technology, because of the internet. Yeah, there's tons and tons of data. I was doing a gig in Dell Technologies in Ballincollig recently with an American guy, Mel Parker, and we were talking about leadership. And the amount of data that Dell used. And Dell are actually saying, what are we not measuring? I was kind of saying, why are you looking at all of these things to measure? Less data is better. So that has to stay in the back of your mind as well. Because young fellas come out of college now, they love data and they love gigabytes and megabytes of data. So you have tons and tons. Tons and tons and tons. What have we here? Too much data. Paralysis by analysis. I actually have that up on my notes. Paralysis by analysis. Jesus, you know, they tie up in knots. I'm not going to use another, but somebody said to me about the IRFU there before the World Cup, like with Schmidt. Nah, there was too much. I don't know. But we can have too much data. And we're tied up in knots. And we really don't see the critical. So be aware of that. We're getting closer to the main points. So, our data then, here, we're collecting all our data, will allow us to analyse, and then the light switch comes on. Something triggers now. We're starting to trigger now. What are we really looking for here from the data? What triggers up here? What do we really, really want? What are we looking for? So, we're now starting to analyse and to come up with points. But before I do that, how do I get my message across to you guys? So how do I get my message across to my players? You're going in now, we're going to have all this analysis, we're getting now to the crunch points. We're going to have analysis, we're going to have loads and loads of, how do I get my message across?
You have to communicate.
How do I communicate?
Focus on what's going to be important to the player.
Be specific.
Be specific. How do I get my message across?
Visual.
Visual. Go on.
Show your actions through.
From previous circumstances where they were playing games where you're picking up mistakes,
Show
doing
them.
bad things where they're...
So visual is one.
Tell and show.
So visual, now we use Huddle for 2 years. So, yeah, is that right? So we use Huddle, what else? I used to work years ago, I've been lecturing for the last 30 years, but I used to work years ago, played with the bars in Cork, on the south side, and I worked in CMP with the milk industry. And every now and then, this car would put in the backyard. Charlie McCarthy was coaching us at the time we played with Cork in the 70s, Conor Roach. And he'd go in and he'd hoot the horn, he'd get into the car. And he'd go over the match yesterday in the car. The critical element there is one. Critical element of one-to-one. Getting my message across. How do I get my message across? One-to-ones. The visual, the Huddle. What else? Dog.
Question.
Questioning. Questioning. How do you question people?
Show a visual and ask them, so see what they're saying.
So show a visual,
And
ask them questions. So
Listen to the feedback.
feedback, questionnaires, surveys. How do you think we played last Sunday? Jesus, I've had enough of it here after the limit. Why didn't you put Connor Son in sleep? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do the other thing? How do I get my message across? Yeah? So all of the answers. So the visual, the huddle, the surveys, the questionnaires, the feedback, the backs. And the backs to one side, the goalies to one side, the forwards to one side, national technique. Not to do with me, no. I took the ball out. I took the ball out. You better win it. Not to do with me. So, and that's a critical element today. You've huddle or you've WhatsApp. Yeah, so 5 seconds. Meeting tonight, training in the morning. You know, first, in my day it was a letter, you got a letter. Yeah, please be. Yeah, so getting the message across the players is critical. Yeah, so I just have a few points there on my notes. So one-to-ones, yeah, which we said are critical, because sometimes, and you know that 80% of your team is fine, it's the other 20 is the problem. You 1, 2, 3, 4 fellas are awkward, they're odd, they have night shift, they have day shift. You need to talk to them one-to-one. Yeah. You can go into groups, backs, forwards, goalies. The huddle is another platform tool. What tool are you using? To put clips up on to show people, to communicate. Meetings, I hate meetings. Scenarios. So you can create scenarios in training. This is what happened last Sunday against Limerick or whatever, against Tip or Galway. What are we going to do about it? Yeah. Pictures, somebody said, visual, surveys and questionnaires. So they're all critical elements to get my message across. Okay? So that's getting my message across. We're nearly getting there. I need to set the context because I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise. You never told me. And that's the modern youngsters team today. We've told them everything. And then they come to you and they say, you never told me that if Ian Hicks goes back into the half-back line, what I do. You never mentioned that. The next minute you find Keane Lynch back inside the limit, full back line picking up balls, and he's scattering them left and right. Brendan Maher the last few weeks, where has he been playing? Everywhere. So, what do I do? What if? What if? Dial 999, I can't dial 999 on a pitch. And do one phrase I will always abuse it, sense the danger. Where's the danger coming from? Where's the danger? You have to read the play, you have to see the play. So if Tony Kelly is floating around or Keane Lynch is floating around on his own, well, there's going to be trouble. And that comes up a lot. You never told it. We're now into the critical data. So I've given you the context of analysis. I've given you all the different points on analysis. But now I want you, just as an exercise there for a minute, those of you that have notebooks open, write down on your notebook there what you think are the critical data points that I as manager need to look at for my team now this year. What's the critical data so that we need to look at, that we're going to look at to build our foundation for the year, for 2020? So the first point is work rate. We all got that? We all have work rate.
We had a freeze conceded with a score range.
Okay, so freeze conceded. Turnovers 1 and stroke lost. Yeah? So turnovers 1 and lost.
Fitness and behaviour.
Fitness.
So you know, guys, fit guy, or his behaviour on the pitch is not as good as it should be for showing you.
That's in English.
Okay,
Fitness.
hiders versus secret. A hider versus a seeker.
Hiders versus secrets, yeah.
Seeker.
Seekers,
So you have
yeah.
a guy who wants to be, is the go-to guy who'll grab the ball.
Yeah.
Or you have another guy who you depend on to grab the ball.
Okay, so put that down, hiders versus seekers.
Yeah.
Average scores for and that was against.
Like scores for, scores against, yeah? What?
Is there a game plan being implemented?
Game plan. Or game plan.
What's the alternative?
Target. Yeah. What specifically are you talking?
We want, we want to get the plan. We want to.
That's our vision. Yeah, that's our first slide. Your kickouts are your fuckouts, yeah? Kickouts are fuckouts. Matchups. Good.
Opposition setup,
Opposition setup.
formation, counter
Formation. Counter form. Yeah.
Attack efficiency, shots to score less.
Okay, so shots per score.
Free score.
Free scores. Yeah. The critical data that we're going to use for COP this year are those 7 or 8 points. But I know actually 7, 8. I now have 14 points. That's a lot. Again, go back to the third or fourth slide I had about the knots. If we have too many or too much information. So the critical data, yeah, for us, yeah, and the ones I have down, manager must drive this. This has to be, if you're the manager of O'Loughlin Gales or Dixborough or whatever, it's you are responsible. Yeah, you have to drive this. I have 4, 5, 6 key points. Set up, so we mentioned the tactical setup. Yeah, hooks, blocks, and tackles to me in hurling. Hooks, blocks, and tackles. Yeah, okay. Scores, for, scores against. You mentioned that there, right? Yeah, puck outs. As Nash said to me umpteen times, John, I puck a ball to the corner back. I have 100% conversion rate. But what he does with the second ball is critical to the puck out. Cluxton has a 100% kick out. Jesus, I'd have that if I was kicking it to the corner back 10 yards away. So, puck outs are important, and what you said to me about kick outs, but if they're short kick outs or puck outs, then it's the second one which is critical. Yeah? So, puck outs, our speed. Yeah? I just have down there, our speed, distance covered. Now, you can have fellas running around the pitch as well, but yeah, your GPS will tell you the distance covered, but yeah, go back to Limerick last year, Limerick this year, in Limerick, Aidan Walsh done 500 metres per quarter high intensity. 500 metres high intensity each quarter. It's crazy. And some guys are there. So that's important in terms of speed, because when that drops, then you can take them off. There's learnings there. So distance covered, but I prefer to look at movement. I think movement is critical. Movement today in intercounty is critical. Yeah? Okay. Turnovers, possessions won and lost, and discipline. You mentioned there frees against, frees for, tackles, all of that. So that's the critical data for us as for Cork. But it has to be driven by you. It has to be driven by you as the manager, not by the guy who's doing the analysis. And I'd argue with you on that. I call the shots, not the analysis. And you have to be clear on that. You have to be clear on that. Yeah. So, they're the other 9 counties that can win the All-Ireland. Apologies to the 2 Joe McDonough teams. I don't know who they are, but they're here. But they're the 9 other teams that are in the All-Ireland. Yeah? And what I want you to do for a second, how are you going to look at them? How are you going to analyse, Cody? What are you looking at? You're going out to play Kilkenny next Sunday. What are you looking at? You're playing Dublin, Galway, Laois, Port Larrigan, Clare, yeah, Wexford, Limerick, Waterford. So I had a guy for the last few years, Dave Nolan, the principal of Rathleen Shanbally National School down near Ringaskiddy in Cork. David come in probably 8, 10, 12 days before we played. Dave would give a presentation on Limerick here, the Kings and Munster, Tipperary to Kenny Wild, whenever we got outside the Munster. And Dave would go through religiously for an hour on water. So we're playing Waterford when McGrath was there. Yeah? That Jamie Varney sit back in the pocket, go through that, this is what happens. He will analyse those things. Limerick, 2 wing forward, will go back to field. 5 days, or not 5 days, Keel Lynch, and go back in there. Yeah? They'll all go back into their spots. Tony Kelly, Clare, when we were playing Clare, what will Tony Kelly do? He'll be all over the shop. He'll be all over the field. They would give us that analysis of Clare, of what. He will also say, yeah, and this will come in near the second last slide as well, about filing all of this, keeping it always there. So, when we look at those 9 counties and the 2 Joe McDonagh teams, are we looking at the same analysis as ourselves? So you're here for 2 weeks. You analyse the opposition. You've looked at it. You've looked at them in all terms of those characteristics and say, shit, Kenny's inside corner for what do we do now? Who's marking them now? And somebody mentioned, was it you there? You spoke about matchups. What do we do now? Remember the good old days when I played? Corner back on midfield, you marked your man marked 2. If it was plus or minus, you were right or gone, or he was gone. Now your man could score 5 points if you kept on the field. So you need to be really aware of the opposition. We really need to analyse them and see what they're coming up, but know about the 999. You must be able to adapt and to change, because if you can't, then you're stuck. Yeah? I'm now finished with Tipperary, Limerick, Kilkenny. I'm finished. We've done our analysis on them, we've looked at them, this is their strengths. Now I'm looking at myself. Now I'm in a week or 2 weeks before we're playing in the Munster Championship. Where does the data know? I've lifted a couple of things here. Yeah. Just a couple of forwards. All of this stuff now, with 8, 10, 12 days to go before we play Tipperary, Kilkenny or Limerick, it improves our coaching. It improves our decision making. It improves our tactical, technical, behavioural setup. So the analysis now, all of this information that Dave and the lads have given us, improves our decision making, our tactical setup to play Kilkenny, Tipperary in a week or 10 days. We're only focused on ourselves. We're finished about everybody else. We've done our analysis of the opposition. Now, this is ourselves. So the analysis then helps us to improve our decision making, our tactical, our technical, our mental, our behavioural, our physical pillars. So we're looking at ourselves and forget about it. We parked that, we've done that. We finished, done. I've told you, this is what's happening. There might be you kind of hear during the week, such and such is playing, such and such is not playing, whatever, but we're now focused on ourselves only. So that's what happens the week 10 days before. You've all of this data, it's come out, you've a meeting at 6:30, we're training at 7, we're down below, you've a meeting at 6:30, we've gone through this, right? This is the way this is our tactical setup, just that the analysis gives us that. Yeah? So again, yeah, all of that is there, I just lifted that. Yeah, so all of it. What's that for? We're looking at everything. We need to be able to see. We need to be able to have a holistic view of everything. Picture of everything. Not just one individual. Yeah. Real time. Games on. So the real time is 35 minutes. The analysis guys are up in the stand. You're standing on the sideline. You will be out there with your team. And that was one of the happier days of my coaching. What are we looking at in real time? This is real now. The match is now on. The match is now on. It's real time. What are we looking at? Sorry, I'm tipping on the front row. What are we looking at now? What? Individuals. Are they playing to the game plan?
Who's hurting us?
Who's hurting us? Yeah, this is upstairs, and whoever's up there, the upstairs, right? Who's leeches on the ball 10 times. What are you doing about it? This is coming through. Leeches on the ball 8 times. But is he doing any damage to it? Hayes has gone off up there somewhere. Tony Kelly has gone there. Paddy Marla's colossal centre back. Balls picking bubbles out. What's happening in real time? Yeah?
Sticking to the process.
Stick to the process.
It is the challenge.
Stick to the process. Are you executing what we said we were going to execute? Is that us, or is it temporary stopping us? But you can't let your emotions run away either. And you're going to be there, whether it's the junior hurling championship in Galway, or Mayo, or wherever, or the senior hurling championship in Dublin, and it's going to be like that. We've worked all year for 6 months, 9 months of the year, and suddenly now, in real time, we're losing the plot. So you need to be conscious of the real-time data that's coming through. I was over with my young man in England, and I was over with him, and he was doing something with the radio, and we ended up at Leeds and Preston in the championship a couple of weeks ago, and I said on the ticket, director's box. So the match was on at 5:15, so I went and handed my ticket to this guy. I said, I'm in the director's box. He says, no. He says, you're in the director's box for hospitality, he says, but you're up in the pantry. So I was up in the stand. And the two Leeds United stats guys were there. The laptop guys were there. But they were only processing the information up there, sending it down to the guys below. So, what is the data that's critical to you in real time? And you have to stick to the process. What are Limerick doing to us in real time? What are Tip doing to us in real time in the first half? You know, this year against Tip down the park, and it's falling apart. What are they doing? They're spraying balls, bubbles over in the far corner. But is bubbles the problem, or is it Marek Meyler the problem? Who's the problem? What are we looking at? What are the opposition doing to us? So you need to look at it. You know what Kyle Hayes is going to do. You know what Keynes, you know what these guys are going to do. We've looked at them 1,000 times. You also need to analyse the opposition in real time. You also need to look at them. What are they doing to us? Is that you, or is it them? Because The next slide will be critical. First half is over now. You have your stopwatch, you put it on. You have 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes now to get your act together. And the critical element for a manager, the critical element for analysis at half time is 2 or 3 points. But you're walking off the field and the selectors are hopping off you, and then the staff guys start to appear, and at the next minute there's a huddle of 6 or 7 fellas in together. And then, I have to be careful now, Frank comes over and he says, John, what are you doing? No, but you have 5, 6, 7 fellas falling off you. And you know that if you're going off in the junior hurling final in County Galway or in Wicklow, I told you you're never going good. The senior hurling final in Offaly, whatever. I've been in Kerry for the best part of 30 years. Go off at half time and you're playing Causeway or Ballyduff or do us. I'm telling you one. Your life is in your hands. But you know I've only 15 minutes. You're walking off the field, the stopwatch is on. You put the stopwatch on. And going into the dressing room. Where do I get a bit of peace and quiet? Where do I get some place to have a chat? Hackney Keith, there's a room. Limerick, there's a room. Ennis, there's the toilet. Tipperary, there's the corridor. It's true, and you know that. You have the selectors on top of you. You have the 2 or 3 analysis guys coming on top of you. Yeah, look, Lynch has 10 possessions. Nash Puckout has gone astray 4 times. Right? We've given away 7 free. The analysis guys are coming on top of you with all of this information. And you're there. You go through the 15 minutes, 3 critical points. Yeah? You need to stay calm. Richie McCaw, the All Blacks, talks about the blue zone. Right? Here. And I had a fella in the dressing room the last 2 or 3 years, Donald O'Mahony, principal of Vice Principal of Christian Brothers College. The calmest fella in the world. The calmest fella in the world. And he was brilliant in the dressing room at halftime. Incredible. He was always superb. There was no ranting and raving. There was no hurry broken. That's the point. 3 minutes before the end, before half time in this Clare 2 years ago, we were 8 points down. Clare had blown us off. Conlon was destroying Catalan. Seamus gets a goal, or Luke Mead gets a goal, and we get a point, and we win 4 points down at half time. We took 18 and a half minutes. We have another 3 minutes. We took 18 and a half minutes. It was the calmest dressing room I ever saw in my life. There wasn't a word. It was just. Okay. Don't rant and rave. Go back to the pillars. Go back to what we said. Go back to what we said about the tactical. We still keep going. We still keep going. We still keep going. We've done this for the last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever we're doing, stick to that and keep on and don't change. We may do something in the second, and that's your real message. Donald was really good at that. And you as a manager, you have to be able to identify people inside your setup. Maybe the 7 lads here, one of them may be really good at half time. One of them may be really good wherever. But that's a critical element. And matches have changed and turned. You know that. You're in the, up to your eyeballs in it at half time. And what happens at half time, I don't know. But stay calm and be nice and measured and nicely controlled and stick to the process. And probably with the good old days, and Seamus Looney, he was the bar doctor. Looney would come in at half time, he'd break hurleys and umbrellas and throw bottles. And the cup of tea at half time was important. I'll be gone in 30 seconds. So again, I just put that in there. I was going to put a fella in there with a cigarette, but anyway. So it's over now. We're after winning. It's over. And the after-action review, the hot wash, post-match analysis, whatever words you want to use, the after-action analysis. What was supposed to happen? What was supposed to happen today? What actually happened? Why was there a difference? And what can we learn from that? So, if you Google AAR, after action analysis, after action review, hot wash, whatever it was, I got that from the American Rangers. Yeah, I think it's a military term, it's really, really good. What was supposed to happen, what actually happened, and what are we going to do about it? What did we learn today? What did we learn after the Limerick match? And we put the two slides up together, the Limerick and the Tipperary match. Tipperary is here, the Limerick is there. I did so it out the window. One was here, the other was there. Why did we perform like that last week and we performed like that this week? What you're looking for is the consistency of performance. And now, the last one. What's the elephant in the room? What are we as managers afraid to address?
Our own name.
What are we afraid of? Well, maybe I should have started with that slide first. Because you're going to be criticized. You're going to get substance abuse. But that's why we do what we do. So, I was asked an hour ago just to give a short message. I was asked to give a short message. Just keep it simple. And be smart with what you're doing. I know they're all boys today, but be smart with what you're doing. And don't ever give up.